everyone. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers. And oh my gosh, let's just get into this mess. It's TLC Friday. On the docket today, we have Sister Wives season 17, episode 4, and then there were 3. Ooh, ominous. Um,
All right. How do you want to break this down? Like, where do you want to start?
um, oh, I have to read that. Let's see. Mm, okay. Before we start, I do want to give a theory because I think I brought this up before. I really think that Janelle and Christine are doing like a squeeze play on
Right.
Cody. You know, he just doesn't take pressure well, and I think he knows he's a failure but doesn't want to accept it.
You know what the funny thing is? I was when she brought up the RV, right?
Mhm.
I was like, we heard about this RV a long time ago. That just shows how far
Mhm.
back we are.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. I
Well, I
don't
think we
even
should
know
start. I think we
what to
should
say.
start with Janelle and let me go back. Let me go. Let me think about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's start with Christine and her having to tell the sister wives. So,
Well,
she.
wait. Before we get there, I think they were very smart with this because
Mhm.
I was thinking that we were going to jump right into it because it opened up with Christine coming back to Flagstaff, but instead we have a meeting at Janelle's house to talk about the stupid trailer, leaving us in limbo. You know,
Oh, mhm.
and I want to discuss Janelle and her pushing back on Cody because I think there's a method to the madness between these two women.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. We can start with Christine. Like I was
Yeah.
talking about, she came back from Flagstaff.
Uh-huh.
Then we didn't get the boom. We got like, let's go sidetrack to Janelle's house. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
this is interesting. So we at Janelle's house, and she's like, like her rental's up in like what she said 2 months, like what 2 months, right?
I think
She's
yeah,
2 months.
because they sold the
Hmm.
house.
Right. So, she's talking about how she could have qualified for a mortgage, but she's like, but that makes no sense. I'm like, good job, Janelle. She'd rather put that money
Mhm.
into Coyote Pass and build something of her own, which I agree with. Now,
Mhm.
the RV thing was hilarious to me, and here's why. Because they was all looking at her like, what? Huh? No, it sounds stupid. And she said, like, she's all, I don't understand what their problem is. She's all, they're acting like I'm asking them to live with me, and I'm not. She's all like, I
Mhm.
laughed because she had a point. I'm like, she's not asking y'all to live with her. She's just telling you what she's gonna do.
But it is kind of strange because with the RV, I've never been in an RV. I've never vacationed in an RV. But don't you have to hook that up to water and electricity?
That's what Cody said.
And don't you have to drain out the shitter?
That's what, they have a service for that. That's what Cody was telling her. They had to have a service because I think Robin or Mary asked about that, and he's like, no, there's a service that comes out and hooks it all up for you.
But there's no water. There's no electricity. That property has nothing.
That's what she wants to be.
That was my only concern. Like, girl, I know you're trying to save money to build your non-existent house on that land that's going to be repossessed by the tax people, but what?
Well, well,
What? Okay. Welcome back, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for coming back and joining us. I just, I, but I think like the more it didn't make sense to me, the more I realized her and Christine are squeezing Cody together because Christine has the most vital issue. She is leaving
Right.
and she is taking a child with her. So I felt like this opportunity with the trailer was a good way to kind of distract attention because it's so ludicrous because she actually wants to send Cody to go and fetch the trailer or RV
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is to come back for it. And I was like sitting there thinking this will be the perfect opportunity for Christine to pick up and go and move while he's away. I was really overthinking this, y'all. But he doesn't seem that enthused. He wants her to go and rent
Mm-mm.
someplace because he don't want to be up in a trailer. Well, how often do you go to visit Janelle? It's
Exactly.
not like you
Not
gonna be
often.
living there.
Exactly.
Oh my God, let me close this out. I was
And I also think he was cracking me up because he's like, "Well, I never really liked living at this house anyway." I was, you was never there. What are you talking about? Just say it.
but
You was at Rob.
let's just call a
You
thing a
was at
thing
Robin's
though.
house.
But she had the bummiest house out of all of them.
Yeah,
Let's just call a thing a thing.
but it was a fixer
Anybody
upper though, so
know
of course.
why are you
So that's
renting a
why.
fixer upper?
Probably cheap rent.
Oh my God. Um, I remember now how dumb was Janelle not buying her fixer upper. It's been over a year. She hasn't built anything. Oh, so she didn't buy the fixer upper. Was that the house she
No,
was in?
renting. Yes, that's where she is now. Yes,
So she had the opportunity to buy it?
she could have qualified for the mortgage, but her thing is that she's I've been here for a year, right, or whatever. Her thing is this: like I've already been here, we haven't built anything. She feels like she's procrastinating by being there. Her thing is this: why invest in this home when that may be put into something that I can build from the ground up? That's where her mind is. Her mind is in equity. She doesn't want to put money into anything that's not hers.
And I agree, but what are you building on, Janelle? Because again, there's no water, there's no power out there, there's no sewage, and there's no payment on the land tax. Are they going to let you build if you are in arrears on land tax?
No, here's the thing though. I'm going to
Uh-huh.
jump ahead a little bit, but Christine says she doesn't want the land, blah blah blah. So we know how come she sold it so cheap, whatever. Now
Uh-huh.
what they have to do is they have to turn they have to redo the property lines, right? They have to redo the plots
Mhm.
because it's going from 5 to 4. So they can't do any. This is a kicker. They can't do anything until they actually pay off the land.
Oh, they can't build until they pay off the land in full?
Nope,
So it's even
because
worse?
yes, because they have to go. They have to
No,
have a
I
surveyor come
thought
out to redo everything.
no, well, no, I thought that the reason why they can't build was because they have to pay off the land in order to redo the property lines.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. Um, but so then that again, and that made me suspect why Janelle was doing this. I felt it was a squeeze play because Janelle knows she can't build on land that's not paid for. The tax is still outstanding, and she has no like utility hookups over there. So it made no sense to me why she was just rushing this. And Yanni says by law, Christine can't leave without his okay. What you mean? Explain. Because you be knowing all of the inside dirt on this. Why she can't leave? Because that was something that pissed me off when he said he was talking his rabba rabba. Um, all right, so basically that was the shit over at Janelle House and her bush gardens in the back. Um, let's see. What is Cody always doing with wood? over on Coyote Pass? Is he like selling firewood for the winter or
Right.
something?
That's my whole thing. That was my question. Like, he's always doing something with wood. Is that his business that he's making $200 at an hour at?
Honestly, I feel like something else is happening on that land. Just saying.
Stop it.
I'm just saying. All right, so let's get to Christine's powwow and her meeting of the mind. Um okay, so Yanni says of course he didn't like his home. His real home is worth 1.6 million. Wait, what? I thought it was only $900,000. What's her name's house? What is her
Robbins?
name? Robbins, yes. Hey, Tick for car. I hope I'm saying that right. TKC for car. Welcome, welcome. Because Janelle believe on the let's build on the land pipe dream for real. It will never happen. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. Cody is locked on a 1.4 million mortgage. Mary isn't committing unless the others build. Oh,
Ooh.
but wait, hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Cause there's a I found a breakdown of the ownership of the land, right? The property
Mm-hmm.
breakdown. Cody is on every piece of this land. And the other person whose name is on the majority of the land is Robin.
Of course.
It's kind of crazy. Hold on. Because the show kind of suggests that each wife, like it's all split between them, right? But hold on. It says, and this is from Starcasm. Cody has his name on every deed for all 4 lots of Coyote Pass that are owned by the family. Robin owns 52.3% of the land. Janelle owns 32.2% of the land, and Mary owns 15.5% of the land. Wow. The breakdown could have. Oh. I don't know. This is kind of strange. And this is what 14.48 acres that they bought.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. Who needs 14 acres for just 4 houses? You don't
Unless
think
you're
that that's a
raising,
lot?
wasn't Janelle gonna be planting some stuff or something?
Right, but here's my thing, right? You know how I don't like to see neighbors, right? But even with
Yes.
all of that and 5 houses, like that's a lot.
Let's see, real quick. Hey Susan, no worries. Yanni says, I know Christine sold her part to coding Robin only.
Mhm.
Why? Here's my working theory on that.
Mhm.
This is just my guess. I bet you she sold it for cheap, so she could take Truly to Utah.
Oh, she swapped it
That's
for
that's the only
custody
thing that
of
makes sense
Truly.
to me, right? Because she didn't want the land anyway, but she had no other bargaining chip. So my guess is it was a trade. I could be wrong, but that's the only thing
I
in my mind that makes sense.
I would have also traded off not to be responsible for any back taxes
Right.
or payments or anything like that.
Agreed.
Oh my God. Let them be in debt. Girl, you living your life in Utah. All right, so let's get to this meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Christine invites everybody over and she doesn't want a film crew there. She they have it set up with all iPhones, with an iPhone on each individual person to record it. She says she wants it to be private for now when she tells them, and then obviously she knows that she's giving over the footage to the show, but in that moment she wanted it to be private and just them. I kind of respected that, and of all of the wives, I think she's the only one who would have thought of something like that.
Right.
So she tells them that she's gonna be free, she's leaving, that's it. Um and Robin gave away her hand right away. Robin sitting there rocking. I knew this is what you were going to be talking about, but I really didn't know. What?
And did you see how hard she was trying to cry though? Did you see how she tried? How she kept looking up at the sun, trying to make her eyes water. I'm like, cute trick. No, because
She
I'm
was
looking at her
so
like,
sad.
Robin, you're not close enough to Christine to have this reaction. Because you got Janelle sitting over there like, mm-hmm. She's like, and when Janelle said this, intellectually, I knew this was coming. I'm like, Janelle's like, okay, I got my plan in place, so we good. She's like, we got the plan in order.
See, when she said that, that confirmed to me that they had the plan, that they was doing the
Yes,
squeeze play on
I
Colleen,
agree.
because
No, I agree. It makes sense.
intellectually, girl, you told me. And then she said something, and you told my kids, and you said something in the chat. I'm like,
Yes,
wait, y'all got your own group chat?
yes. Because she said you sent one of my kids something, so I was like,
So then you get the reactions from all of them. So you see Christine saying, I'm leaving, just like that. And the weight is lifted off of her shoulders. Then you see Robin going back and forth, like, and then you see Mary looking fucking lost. I'm surprised she didn't look over at Robin and go, bitch, why you ain't tell me? And then Janelle is like, wow, she finally said it. It wasn't surprise.
exactly,
It was like, so she finally said it. The plan is
in
finally
full
in
effect,
place. Yep.
activated. But did you see how calm and happy Christine looked? She just sat up
Mm-hmm.
there like, mm-hmm. And Cody's over there about to blow a gasket, like he real pressed,
He, like,
and
you
it was
could hear
hilarious.
every time that, honestly, if I was in editing, every time they panned to him, I would have had a tick, 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 tick sound effect in
Right,
the background.
he was on one. He could not handle it.
He was looking everywhere except at any of the wives. It was kind of strange. Um, so then Janelle starts with the questioning. And I think she did this on purpose. She was like, well, what about Truly? Because I'm really concerned about Truly. And Christine's like, no, I'll be taking Truly with me. She'll be with, she's closest with, and she listed off all the people that live in Utah. And that's the kind of environment, full of love and wanting that Truly wants to be in. That was the biggest insult to all of them, because they are there in the same town, but yet
Mm-hmm.
she is closer to siblings that are 8 hours away. Wow. And so then Cody jumps up and is like, what you mean? You can't take Truly away from me. And when Christine was in that confessional and she said he wants 50-50, well, he could have had 50-50 all the fucking time that we was living here. I was like, go girl. She is just a cuss box. I love her.
She doesn't care anymore. She does not
And
care. And it
mm-hmm.
was
And
ridiculous the way Mary and Robin were acting. They were acting like, oh my god, they did this. It's like she's doing this to us. It's like, and Mary, this is where Mary needs self reflection, in my opinion. Mary,
mm-mm.
Christine has seen what you've gone through for these last decades. It's called decades.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's not trying to have that for herself. She refuses herself. She refuses. Christine values herself more than she
Mhm.
values Cody. And Mary, you're just mad, in my opinion, because you don't value yourself more than you value Cody. And that's a you problem, not a Christine problem.
Mhm.
And someone needs to tell her that. You're mad at Christine because she's the one who actually had the courage to fully get out when you had
Yep.
chances to get out. Even when that
Mhm.
catfish failed, like the whole catfish situation happened, you still had opportunity to leave, but you groveled back because you didn't want to be alone, in my opinion. That's
Listen,
not a
let's just
Christine
call
problem.
the thing a thing. If that wasn't a catfish and that was a man, she'd have been out of there and she wouldn't have looked back at none of them.
Yeah.
So the only reason why she was mad was because Christine is leaving, and it's not because of a man. She's leaving on her own
Hmm.
terms.
Hmm.
She's gone. You fucked up your getaway. She's not doing the same thing.
Nope.
And then the other part that got me was when Cody was saying, "You never asked me um to about kicking me out of the house. You never asked me about moving packing up my stuff and removing it from your home. You never asked me if you could leave, and you never asked me about taking Truly away." And I was like, "Wait, these people got to ask you for all of this? This is nothing but a control tactic for him.
Hmm.
It's really mind-boggling, and I don't understand why these women allowed him the power to take control over their lives when he is the worst at making decisions. He is the worst at being head of household. He is the worst example of a father.
But then you go. That also takes you back to what Janelle said, and that this was telling as well. When he's like, patriarchy, and this is what it is. This is what they signed up for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Janelle's like, I never signed up for patriarchy, but okay. I'm like, oh, she out
Mhm.
too. She said,
He when he said that, he's like, um, I am taking back control of head of household. It was a mistake to allow you independence, and you will have to conform to patriarchy. I was like, say what now? And not only Janelle said that, but Mary said it too. And where was Robin during all of this? Oh, and the last thing he said that pissed me off, he said Christine must want to leave for another guy so she can get the stink of him off of her. I agreed with half of that statement.
I'm like, sir,
So
you haven't been on top of her enough to have stink on her. So I'm just saying. Just saying.
that
They ain't
stink
nothing there.
wore off 12 years ago when you stopped
Right.
fucking her. So, okay. You know why? Janelle, I agree with this. Janelle does seem more pissed off than Christine. Christine has made her decision and she has said goodbye, and this was the final part. She is done. She is basically doing skipping around her property and doing cartwheels right now. Janelle is angry. Janelle is angry because Janelle hasn't gotten to that point yet. For some
Right.
reason, she's still hanging on to get her dream house over on the Coyote Pass. But they're at different stages of their escape. And that's why Janelle seems so mad. Child, this is a mess. Um,
Oh yeah. Hold on a second. Sunway. I just
uh-huh.
saw the message. Hold on a second.
What message?
Uh,
That failed. I sent two screenshots to the comment on IG that said Janelle is divorced from.
yeah, it says it right here.
No way!
Hold on.
Janelle!
Hold on.
Pull it up, Sunway.
You guys see it?
Hold on, it's coming up. Oh my God. Are you kidding? Wait, do this. Make that a little bit bigger.
Hmm?
She left?
Yeah, she left this year, but we're not in this year yet. We're still back last year because you can see right underneath it says Christine Brown, 1994 to 2021.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Sunway.
Sunway, you're awesome.
This is gonna be next season.
Shit.
You want to know why? It's because I heard that there's some rumors going around that next season's already filming.
I can
So
believe
Janelle leaving is
that.
probably next season.
It's all falling apart. And then the season after that is Cody and Robin go into bankruptcy. This is sad, but I'm happy for Janelle. I wouldn't be surprised if
you
this
know,
was the plan.
you know what? I agree with you, Yanni.
Mhm.
Only
Mhm.
believe when say so. You know what, Yanni? From what based on my experience with the wikis, they're very accurate. They're
The who?
very accurate. The fan
The, wi-
wikis.
the fan
They're
wikis? What's
they're like
that?
a I think they're like an offshoot of Wikipedia, and they're like fan
Mm.
pages, like Wikipedia
Uh-huh.
fan page, but they're not you can't edit them if you're not an administrator.
Mm. They
So
also say that
I
Mary's
believe that.
writing a book, probably about
I,
her discovering her sexual identity.
I heard about the book coming too. They also
Wow.
say Mary is writing a book and also left.
Well, Mary been left because Mary spends more time away from Flagstaff, if you ask
Mm-hmm.
me, because she's got the bread and breakfast. She's got her daughters, who I mean, her sons, who I think left the bread and breakfast and went back to Utah.
Yeah. Remember they stopped by the Ben Breakfast. They were on their way to Utah.
Right. And then well, her mom, when her mom was living, I think, she would go between her home and the bed and breakfast. So she had every place else to visit with the exception of Flagstaff, if you really think about it. She took a picture without her ring in the book. Wow. Isn't there already a documentary, Escaping Sister Wives?
No, I think
Hasn't
that's escaping polygamy.
Escaping Polygamy?
That's different. That used to be a show. I used to watch that show all the time.
Isn't the has anybody seen Christine's cooking show? I don't know where to look for it. I would like to watch it just to support her.
I haven't.
But then I saw Cody had the same notebook and was writing on it. Ooh. Well, this is a mess. This is a mess. I don't remember if I watched any previews for next week.
I'm trying to think, John.
Uh,
If I did, it was nothing important.
I know. This episode just ended off with the women saying what they signed up for and it wasn't patriarchy, and
Mm-hmm.
then Cody says some shit about how he guess he's sorry that he failed. He was the victim so much in this episode. It was mind-numbing to me how these, like, I feel he brainwashed these women. I really do. And it was easier when they were more dependent on him with smaller children and they were all living together.
Right.
But his biggest mistake was leaving Utah and going to Las Vegas, um, because that was the beginning of independence, having separate households.
Right. Because they had to be independent.
Mm-hmm.
We have your own. You have your own place. You can't depend on anyone to do anything for you. You have to take care of everything yourself.
Mhm. And then it also showed his lies, especially when they moved to Flagstaff, because I remember in the earlier years of of the show, he used to say that the wives control everything. They're the ones that own everything,
Yes.
and he
Mm-hmm.
has nothing. And but now we're seeing, especially with Coyote Pass, he owns everything. And I find that very disturbing. I don't know. There's one of Cody's cousins that has a TikTok telling how he was growing up a Brown, how awful it was. He worked full time at the bakery since 12, started part time at 9. What? What? Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today. Um, Cody is going to be bald soon. Cody is already bald. He is already bald. Um, I this episode was fun for me because there was so much dynamics going on between Christine and Janelle, and Cody didn't know which way was up, to be quite honest.
No, I agree with that. It was. This was a very. It wasn't filler, but it was a very good progressing the story episode. Christine
Mhm.
has told them that she's leaving. Now we get to see the aftermath of her decision. And I hope they tell the kids this season too. I need to see their reaction.
Well, I'm surprised because it's only episode 4 and she's already let the secret out. Like,
Hmm.
what else is gonna happen?
Oh, they have to show the dynamics with the kids and her actually leaving.
Well, she already told the kids that's most important to her.
But she got to tell them all as a family. Get it out, and then we have to see her actually pack up her house. And that
She's
whole story arc.
saying, so this is April. She's saying that she's not leaving till September.
Right.
But last night on Heidi, someone in the chat says she left before September.
Oh, that's
So something
interesting.
happens. Something
Something happened
happens.
because she wanted to
Some,
wait for Isabel to finish school.
something happened. Somebody says she packed up and left early, like in May.
Oh, yeah, we need to watch out for that. I'm intrigued even more.
Yes, the perm and the one piece to the front and each side hide his baldness. Not when he put on that stupid visor and you saw, I hope he had on sunscreen on his head because
Mm-hmm.
that was ridiculous. You heard she didn't move till November? Who knows? I don't know. That's interesting, but we're going to see it. And somebody says that there's a graduation party next episode, so it goes from April to May. Okay. All right, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see. It's heating up. I like the pace. I like the strategy with these women. Well, just two of them. Um, Robin just lying about everything. And Cody is a failed manipulator. Whatever's in the water in Flagstaff, it broke the little haze that you had over some of these women, and their kids ain't standing for it. You know that channel that you told us about, Reality Tea Squad?
Mm-hmm.
I watched an episode of her earlier today, and she's big on Reddit. And so she was doing one of the conspiracy theories on Reddit about Robin's parenting, and I thought it was quite interesting. Um, did you get a chance to see it
No,
with
I'm watching
Sarah?
her. I normally bench her on the weekends because I like to watch hers. I like to watch hers back to back to back.
I want to know your opinion on what she said
Okay.
regarding it's about let me see if I can find it cuz I thought it was interesting. I don't know much about Reddit. And this was a conspiracy theory regarding Robin's parenting. But I want you to to have a look at it and just give me your feedback personally on it. I'm gonna send it to you, see if I still have it here in my. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oops. Sorry about that, y'all. Share. But yeah, that's it for me. I don't have anything more.
Me either. This is a good episode all the way around, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Jamal. Okay. I hope that's the right one. All right. So, anywho, y'all, she's keeping the children in their baby stages. I call it polygamy keeps sweet doctrine. Yeah, that was part of the theory. Down the rabbit hole at night is pretty good too. Down the rabbit hole? Is that on YouTube, Yanni? Is Jamal, do you know about that? Down the rabbit hole?
I know Down the Rabbit Hole News. That's the only rabbit I know.
Mm. Yeah, this was the theory that she had, what Yanni is saying here. She's keeping the children in their baby stages. Yeah. Thank you, Yanni. All right, y'all. This is all I had for this episode. It was good. It was good. I love
Same.
seeing Cody being squeezed like a tube of toothpaste. So all of you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thanks for the newbies that have joined us, and thanks for the crew that has held us down from the beginning, even when we were the Chit Chat channel.
Right?
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you joining us here. I still have to try and figure out where we are on Reddit, or what they're saying about Whitney on Reddit. I think that would be interesting. Have a wonderful weekend, Jamal. Have a great weekend. Don't work too hard.
Thank you. I won't.
Oh my God. Guys, have a great weekend. Join us back here on Thursday for Housewives Roundup. We're going to do Potomac.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, well, depends. Let's watch the first episode to see if it gives it like anything. Otherwise, we can do like we did with Salt Lake City, because like Salt Lake City was just like a preview intro into the season, and then the second episode is where it picked up. So let's watch the first episode, and see how we feel.
Okay. All right. So, guys, have a great weekend. Join us back here next Thursday for Housewives. I don't know, Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, we are good to go.
Okay, y'all. Have a great weekend. Until next time.
Yep.
Bye.